It takes a while. Where's the Zoom?
To do the escape.
Okay. It's over here. Hi everyone, welcome back to Fielding English and Fielding Learning podcast. How are you guys? Today is Friday. Let me just change one thing over here. This is not okay. Yeah, I cannot.
It's a beautiful Friday, the start of an important weekend, and we have a lot to talk about.
Let me just do this over here on your side. Let me turn off this. It's okay, yeah. Hello, everyone, again. Welcome to Fielding Learning, Fielding English. So this is the Fielding Learning, the podcast where we delve into English language and cultural issues to help you understand important events and traditions. I'm your host, Maria Fielding, and this is my husband, Eric, who will be with us as usual for this podcast. As you may know, Eric, my husband, he is a native English speaker.
Well, thanks a lot, Maria. And again, welcome. Today we will be exploring Memorial Day, a significant American U.S. holiday. And we're going to look at it through its meaning, its history, and all of the related English terminology.
That's right. Memorial Day is much more than just the unofficial start of summer. It's a day dedicated to honoring military personnel who have died in service to the United States.
We're going to walk you through the history of Memorial Day from its origins as Decoration Day after the Civil War to its modern observance. We'll also explain key terms associated with this important day to help you expand your English vocabulary.
Exactly. Our goal is to deepen to your understanding of this important day while helping you learn the English words and phrases connected to it.
So, as an example, let's start with Memorial Day itself. Memorial Day is a federal holiday for honoring military personnel who died in service. Originally called Declaration Day, it began in the years following the U.S. Civil War. We will use the holiday's name in a sentence a little later when we talk about the key terms.
So by the late 1860s, people began decorating the graves of fallen soldiers with flowers and flags. This practice eventually led to the establishment of Memorial Day as a national holiday in 1971. Observed on the last Monday in May. So it's going to be next Monday, right?
That's right. Next Monday is the official day. And along with learning about the history today, we'll be discussing terms like veteran, sacrifice, patriotism, to give you a more comprehensive understanding of the language and traditions associated with Memorial Day.
We hope this episode helps you appreciate the significance, how do you say that word?
Significance.
Yes, significance. So the stress and significance of Memorial Day and enhances your English language skills. Let's dive in and explore this important cultural tradition together. So let's move on to the first word related to this holiday.
So the first word again is the name of the holiday. It's Memorial Day, a U.S. holiday honoring military personnel who died in service. And here's an example of a sentence. On Memorial Day, we visit the cemetery to honor fallen soldiers.
So the next word is veteran. Veteran. So yes, you have this T over there in the word veteran, but it pretty much you don't say much the T sound. Can you say veteran?
Veteran.
Yeah, you see, guys, it looks like it's the sound is N, so veteran, or ra, ra.
Veteran.
More D, yeah, veteran. So you see the laziness of English. So veteran. You don't need to say veteran, you say veteran, veteran. A person who has served in the military. Let's see an example. My grandfather, a World War II veteran, always shares his stories on Memorial Day.
Yes, that's a great example. And my family, like many families, has many veterans. My father was a Navy veteran and my brother was a Navy veteran. So we honor them and others on this important day. So the next word that we want to help understand for all those listening and watching is armed forces. Armed forces are the combined military forces of a country. And in the case of the United States, it is the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, the Marines, and the Coast Guard. So here's an example with that in a sentence. The armed forces work together to protect our country.
Yes, so people are also asking about the word veteran again. Yes, so that is the way to write. It's VETERNA, veteran. And then as you guys have notes, we don't need to pronounce the T in veteran. So the next word is parade. Parade, actually it's public, not public. Public is would be more Portuguese. Public procession celebrating an event, often feature marching bands and floats. For example, we watched the Memorial Day parade downtown with flags waving everywhere.
Yes, that's a great holiday for parades. Great holiday for that. So the next term we want to emphasize is a sad term, grave. Grave. And a grave, of course, is a place where a deceased person is buried. That's a place where a dead person is buried. So, for example, we would say, we place flowers on my uncle's grave to honor his memory.
And the next word is cemetery. Cemetery is a place where the dead are buried. You see that? Buried, okay? So it's a place where the dead are buried. For example, the cemetery was filled with people paying their respects.
That's a tricky word, respects.
It are sounds, guys. Yeah, I know that.
Got to practice these words. So the next word, really important for this holiday, is flag. Flag. So what is a flag? A flag is a piece of fabric with a distinctive design used as a symbol of a country or institution. For example, the American flag was flying at half-mast on Memorial Day. So a flag is a great word to know.
Now the next word is sacrifice. Sacrifice. It's giving up something valuable for the sake of others. For example, we remember the sacrifice of soldiers who gave their lives for our freedom. Sacrifice.
That's right.
Can you repeat the word as a native English speaker?
Sacrifice. So
sacrifice.
So these great these great Americans sacrificed their lives for the sake of others. So it's an important thing to think of on Memorial Day weekend. And speaking of which, the next word is to honor, which means high respect or esteem. So a good example of using the word honor would go like this. We honor those who have served our country every Memorial Day. Honor.
Honor. And as you see, guys, this word is Honor. Honor. Honor.
Silent H.
Yeah, those silent letters. Okay, so the next word is commemoration. Commemoration is a ceremony or event to remember someone or something. For example, the town held a commemoration for the local soldiers who died in the war.
Mm-hmm. Very important word. And it brings us to our next word, which connects to that, which is remembrance.
Oh gosh.
Remembrance.
This is really hard to pronounce.
Remembrance is the act of remembering and showing respect for someone who has died. For example, the candlelight vigil was a beautiful act of remembrance.
Remembrance. Remembrance. Yeah. Okay, the next word is patriotism. Can you say the word?
Patriotism.
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 Yes, that's right.
So you have to do this English, guys. No, I'm kidding. But English is it's sometimes boring, but sometimes tricky. It's just everything together. So this you have to say it. Patriotism. Patriotism.
Patriotism.
Yeah. So it's love for and devotion to one's country, to your country. So you have so the patriotism is when you love your country. Let's see an example. Waving the flag proudly is a sign of patriotism.
Mm-hmm. That's true. That's very true. So the next word is service. So service. That's the act of working or doing something for others, often related to military duty. For example, her service in the Navy was greatly admired by her community. And it's very common for people in this country to say to other folks, thank you for your service. Thank you for your service.
Now the next word is a monument. Monument. A structure built to honor a person or event. For example, the war monument. Can you say the word again?
Monument.
Monument. So monument. The war monument lists the names of fallen soldiers.
That's right. And the Washington, D.C. area where we used to live is filled with wonderful monuments that are designed to help people remember those who died. We have Vietnam Veterans Monument and Memorial. We have one for the Korean War. Many, many monuments are throughout the DC area and, of course, in many states as well.
So one person is asking, is patriotism the same as loyalty?
Well, I would say that there's an overlap, but they're not the same terms. So you can be patriotic about your country and you can be loyal to your country, but loyalty often has many other implications and can mean other things. Like you can be loyal to the job, you can be loyal to your manager, you can be loyal to your spouse. So I think loyalty has a much broader kind of meaning than patriotism, but the two words do overlap to some degree.
Okay, so the next word is
service. That's right, service. So service is oh, sorry, the next word is monument. No, we already talked about that one. It's tombstone.
Oh, it's tomb.
Tombstone.
Not tomb.
Yes, tombstone. So tombstone is our word. So tombstone is a stone placed at a grave, usually inscribed with the deceased's name and dates. So that's a tombstone.
Yeah, so a lot of words with that has the M and then the B sound, you don't say the B. So that's why he's saying tombstone, tombstone. So pretty much the B there is silent. Tombstone.
Tombstone.
Although you write Tombstone, but you don't say the B. So tombstone.
Tombstone.
And then the O has the U sound.
Yes.
Tombstone.
So you might say, we read the inscriptions on the tombstones during our visit.
Yeah. So the next example is moment of silence, a period of quiet to honor those who have died. For example, the ceremony included a moment of silence to remember the fallen.
Yes, moment of silence. So we want to say our next word for you, which is memorial. Memorial is something that serves to remind people of a person or event. So an example of using that would be the new park was built as a memorial to the soldiers.
Okay, so the next word is Decoration Day, the original name of Memorial Day, focusing on decorating soldiers' graves. So before the name Memorial Day was this date was called Decoration Day. Let's see the example. Before it was called Memorial Day, which I already said. So before it was called Memorial Day, it was known as Decoration Day.
Yes, that's right. And it's not uncommon for holidays to change their names over time. For example, President's Day used to be called George Washington's birthday, and now it is called President's Day. So sometimes the names of holidays do evolve and change. The next word is ceremony. So a ceremony is a formal event held on special occasions. So you could say it this way: the Memorial Day ceremony included speeches and songs.
The next word is red poppy, a flower symbolizing remembrance of soldiers who died in war. For example, people wore red poppies to show their support for veterans.
That's right. So the next word is national anthem.
I didn't even know the red poppy.
Yeah, I didn't know about that.
We have some. Okay. It's this one over here.
Yeah, so national anthem. So national anthem is an official song of patriotism often played at ceremonies. So, for example, you would say, we stood and sang the national anthem at the start of the Memorial Day event. But you should know that here in this country, we say the national anthem associated with many events and sporting events and other types of places and events in the United States. The national anthem is very, very common, and I'm sure that is true in many countries as well.
So not Decoration Day. So we're saying Decoration Day. Decoration Day is the same as Memorial Day, because before it was called Decoration Day. Decoration, okay? Decoration, not declaration. Decoration.
Decoration.
Okay, so the next word is, do we say, it looks like French word, so salute?
Salute.
Salute is French, or?
I'm not certain, but it's a good word.
Yeah, salute is a gesture of respect, usually given by soldiers. For example, the soldiers gave a salute during the memorial service. It's like when you do your thing.
You go like that.
Just like that?
Yes.
Okay, just like that. Salute.
Salute. So our next term is wreath.
Oh, this is a
wreath, which does have a silent letter at the beginning. It's the W.
Yeah.
So a wreath is a circular arrangement of flowers or leaves used as a symbol of honor or remembrance. So you could say something like this: A wreath was laid at the monument to honor the fallen heroes.
Wreath. So wreath is W-R-E-A-T-H. So you write like that, but then you just say wreath. And then remember, because it has TH sound, so you just put your tongue between the teeth, and then you say wreath, wreath. Okay, the next word is hero, hero. And then a hero. No, I'm not going to start singing.
You can sing if you want.
So hero is a person admired for courage or is a noble quality.
Noble qualities.
Noble qualities. Often someone who has died serving their country is a hero. So let's see an example. We consider all those who died in battle to be heroes. Heroes.
And our final word for today is tribute. Tribute. So tribute is an act, statement, or gift that is intended to show gratitude, respect, or admiration. For example, the speech was a touching tribute to the brave soldiers.
So that's all for today's episode of Fielding Learning. We hope you all feel inspired to reach for the stars and pursue your dreams. Thanks so much for joining us today for this important podcast about the sacred and important holiday here in the United States. We hope you gained a better understanding about why people feel deeply about celebrating this day. Be sure to follow us on Instagram, YouTube, and come back for the next podcast, which can be watched on YouTube, listened to on Podbean or Apple Podcasts. It's about immersion, not perfection. Keep pushing your boundaries and stay curious.
Well, thanks for joining us. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe and leave comments in social media.
Okay, until next time, keep reaching for the stars. Your potential is limitless.
Limitless.
Limitless. Oh gosh, this word. Limitless. Stay inspired and keep learning. We'll see you next time in the next episode of Fielding Learning.